Hey guys, I'm just waiting for my guest to arrive. Till the time, if you can hear me clearly, please just tell me in the Dropbox if you can hear me correctly and clear. Am I clear, Anushka and Bhumika?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
You both have to stop calling me ma'am now. I think it's time to.
Yes, team.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just wait for one more minute. Okay. Anushka's voice is clear, and Bhumika's voice is clear. Okay. So people who are joining in, if you have any questions, you can definitely put it in our, chat box, and we'll try to reply in the end. And please, no faltu comments. They might come up, but we'll ignore. Okay. So let's start. So, hi guys. Today I plan to do this, podcast or kind of a live session with these two brilliant kids of mine, because as important my journey was of Nift, I thought their journey, which is very present and very fresh, is much more important for a lot of students to know, because it is a tough journey. It takes a lot of time. And as you all know, my name is Rimjim. I'm the founder of Art Pop Design Studio. I've recently started it, where I'm trying to teach kids about design and educate them and make sure that they end up in a nice design career that they wish for. And now I would want Bhumika to first introduce herself, and then Anushka.
Hello everybody.
Hello, everybody.
My
My
name is Bhumika
name is
Gopal.
Bhumika Gopal.
I live in
I live
Bangalore,
in
Karnataka.
Bangalore, Karnataka.
Ma'am, I think my
Ma'am, I
voice
think my voice is going.
It's not echoing for us.
Yes.
It's
Is
really,
it echoing?
Really?
yeah, for me.
Thank you.
It's going for me.
Maybe because you need to wear an earphone if you have. Otherwise, for me, it's completely fine. I think we should carry on as it is.
Okay. Yeah, so I took a drop last year because I was not very satisfied with my rank, and I wanted to study more about design and give it a little better. So, ma'am, I think everybody is saying
everybody's saying
It is echoing. Is it? It's echoing. The voice is echoing. Okay. So for me, it's clear, and I think it's happening again. And try removing earphone. Does everyone need to wear an earphone? Is it like that?
I'll try without it.
the.
Is for both of you, is it still echoing when you are hearing it?
Yes.
Yes. This.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me try keeping Is it echoing for you now?
Yeah, now I
Yeah. Now I say.
For me, nothing is echoing. So,
see.
okay, do you want to rejoin?
Ma'am's voice is it?
Okay. Try removing your earphones. Let's try to do it. Try removing it. Or maybe if we can mute, if one person is talking, the other person can mute it, and let's try like that.
It's ma'am's mic.
It's my mic. So should I Okay, so where am I supposed to keep it then?
Ma'am, maybe you can use your.
My earphone isn't working. Is it echoing now? Tell me this.
Yes, ma'am, I think it's
Now it will be fine. I think it's the below table that I have put it on. Now I understood the problem. Okay. Okay, ignore the comments. Let's just go with our life. Okay. All right. Because anyways, we will save and re-upload it, so it's completely fine.
okay.
Okay, Bhumika, let's start with you.
Yeah. So I drop, and then I prepared Yeah, this time I would. No.
Okay. And let's go to Anushka now. It's your turn to introduce yourself because, of course, students are going to reach you out. So do that.
Yes, ma'am. So, hi everyone, I'm Anushka Nair, 8 years, and I gave Nift NIT exam this and I cracked both. That's it. I prepared with Rinjam ma'am.
That's so sweet of telling you. When I say introduce yourself, that means like, what's your name? What do you do? How do you, where do you live? All these things come in. Like, we all know that you both have cleared Nift and NIT. Okay, so I think it's better I introduce them. So I think I'm new. Both of these people, I know them from online only because, of course, there's lockdown and all going on. And the point is that they have been very dedicated, is what I felt for both of them, because they both were preparing last year, and they both were preparing in various institutions, and then midway we found each other. And just give me a moment.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Yes. So both of them were like, very dedicated and very passionate to, of course, go into Nift and NID. And both of them have kept also together in the life because they both have the same drive, same passion, and I think they both found a way to really understand what does it take to crack the exam, or what is more important in design entrance exam. Because a lot of people think like, oh, in design exams what will come, Nift is a fashion college, NID is this, okay, you must be drawing clothes and all. But that's not the scene, right? We all know that we are asked GK, we are asked about logo design, graphic design, illustrations, and there are so many things that are asked, and you need to be well prepared for it. Because when I was giving it, of course, there was not less information, but right now I think lakhs and lakhs of students give this exam, and it's very difficult to crack it because of the competition, because of the cutoff increasing and decreasing every year, and the pattern of questions changing. Now, since these two have cleared Nift and NID both, and I know for Nift, Bhumika has got into Nift Bangalore and Anushka has got into Nift Delhi. And for NID, they both have cleared both the rounds and they'll go into counseling. But I wanted to wish them congratulations for a hearty congratulations, because I'm more happy than they are. And I wanted to ask both of them this question, that how tough or easy was it? So one by one, Bhumika, first you, how tough or easy was it?
Yeah. The journey, it was like I was not like a very good like in drawing. So I really thought the aim of the exam was drawing more than any ideation and all those things, which I got to know later with ma'am. And yeah, so it was I can't say it's easy, because taking a drop, it was just like you're at home and your mind is just like going to various things. And yeah, it was like really difficult because I'm a very lazy person. So I tend to lose my focus really easily. So I was really determined to do this, because I knew that after this I don't have an option and I have to do this. So even if it's the first time, if people are giving it for the first time, I think that's what they should not give themselves an option, and they have to do it right then and there. And like procrastination, as everybody says, it's like very easy to do. And but when the time just goes by, you're just like, oh, it's gone now, as exams are approaching. So I would not say it is easy. It's not at all easy. Like people from outside, they just tend to judge about design being a very easy career. And I think this is the first
like it's a thing before the actual thing actually starts. It's a heads up kind of a thing. So passing this was a really difficult journey. Yeah, especially for me because I had dropped in years, so it was important to me. Yeah.
Okay. Anushka, for you, was it easy? Was it tough? Middle, so.
I'll
I'll
not
not
say.
say. So the thing was like I was just like Bhumika said, I was very bad at drawing. I'm not a dreamer kind of person who will paint and imagine things and then paint it on the paper. I'm more like study kind of person, do math, do science, try to make sense of everything around me. So that was the thing. But when I was in class 6 or 7, I saw these. There used to come these page 3 newspapers, and there were these models walking and fashion designers. So I was like, okay, this looks cool. Maybe I should try it. And I started sketching those dresses, only the dress thing. I still have those sheets of paper in which I've sketched the dresses. And after that, I told my father that I'm thinking of doing fashion designing. So he was like, okay, I'll think about it because, it's like that. You have to ask your father and parents, like here. So after that, yeah, so my dad was there. He supported me through the whole journey. Actually, he gave me idea what is design, even though he didn't have idea about it himself. He searched about it. He told me that there's Nift, there is NID, there is different exams, there are different colleges. There's a very large field of design. So yeah, but like it went like that. I started practicing drawing. I tried improving, though still now I'm not good at sketching and painting. But yeah, that happened. And after I think 10th, I like took this seriously and started preparing for it. I read books, I read GK. You have to be like, you cannot be like sit in a place and sketch and think about the things that you like. As a designer, you have to be a problem solver. So start solving problems, start taking notes on current affairs. Like if you don't know what current affairs is, you cannot ace these exams. Like it was like one of the most important part, current affair and knowing about your culture.
Correct. And like Anushka said, Bhumika, that she was in sixth and she started drawing clothes and all. When did you decide that you would want to take this path? And the second thing also I would like you to answer is that she spoke about how her dad or her father was really supportive of what, but as we all know, it doesn't happen in all families, right? Like I know you both, I have spoken to your families. I know how much they support both of you, and but it doesn't happen. So anything that you can tell the kids of your age, how to convince them, like or how to convince them to let them choose this career. And another thing you need to tell me is, when did you decide that you would want to become a designer?
I think first it was in after 10th I had decided that I want to do design, but I was actually going to get a test as well where I can see how much, like how far I am in understanding design. It's the aptitude test kind of a thing. But then I don't know why I didn't give that test. I just felt like maybe design is not for me. I just felt like maybe this is like, I mean, it's a really difficult path, as in it's an art field, right? So it's like people keep saying that, oh, it's very risky and like you have to get there like with your hard work and a lot. And I was not a person who does like hard work. So whatever I had till 12th, it was just my smartness that took place. I never did this hard work thing. So after that, my mom actually found out about the test, and then she was going to give me like the test, and I said no. And then I was like, I will do commerce, and that's it. So then she's like, maybe it's not for you. My family's like other, like my extended family, they started saying that this is for you. You should. I started kind of ignoring them. I was like, everybody's telling me to do design, but I don't want to do it. Then they were like, you should do it. Then later on in 12th, I was like, I don't know anything other than drawing and ideating. nothing other than that. I was not very confident about the things I used to do. This was something I was very confident about, that okay, I can solve a question for of this. When I look at studies, it's just like I don't have any answer about it. So that's why I know that this is something I'm confident about. And yeah, later on my mom, like in between of 12th, my mom told me to like we searched up like design classes and all those things, but I wasn't very prepared for the exam. That's what I would say for the first time. So the second time it was like, I mean, finding Rimjim ma'am at the end moment was actually a saver for me, because I tell you,
I am grateful. धन्यवाद मेरा नाम लेने के लिए. Okay. Okay, tips for the kids of your age, because I completely understand like your generation, because I teach them and I used to feel like, I am the new generation. But no, when I see you all and I see the pressure and the crowd that you're with and the things that are happening around and how you keep the balance and how do you, keep yourself motivated. And anyways, like I understand this whole last 2 years for a person who was preparing for these exams was at home. I know how the COVID situation was. I have seen all of you, continuously going through those phases of being at home, not meeting friends, and I think this kind of lifestyle is going to continue for a longer period of time. So, what kind of tips you can give, the kids of your age of, how to keep them motivated if they are preparing for these exams? Anushka?
I'll just say, like, if you want to do design, just follow your passion. There's no easy way. Like some people say, "अरे design पढ़ रही है, कुछ नहीं है, drawing करके आ जाओ." It's not that. Please, like, get the difference. This is not for an art college. This is for a design college. Like, they observe you from all sides. Like, stress कैसे ले सकते हो, preparation क्या है, speed क्या है, agility, everything. Okay. So you have to focus on that, and there's no easy way to it. You have to do it the hard way.
Bhumika? How to keep yourself motivated?
Motivated is just that I think like I used to study at night. So I was just like, after my parents, like they used to go to bed, I was just like, okay, I have done nothing through the day. I have to do it. So you should know, you should not be very confident about how much you did in the day. Like, oh, itna kar liya, to itna bas hai. It's not that. It's never enough, especially in design, because it has like topics which is like math jitna bhi we solve the sums, it's not enough. In English also, how much ever English you understand, it will not be enough. Current affairs, general knowledge, so you have to keep on like doing, reading PDFs. There are so many things available on online now, and now that we are in this setting, so it is available. So I think you should know what you want. If you don't know what it is that you want to achieve, you'll just be like, oh, I have an option, that's why I can do whatever I want. You have to have that one goal. That's what I feel. So I knew that I wanted to get into Nift Bangalore, especially. Like, I think I had told Rimjim ma'am a year before that I wanted textile. So and she knew it all the time. But yeah, I got into Nift Bangalore. So that's, you have to have one aim for sure. That's the motivation.
Okay, here comes our next question where, of course, when we as students, even when I was preparing 12th, I didn't know anything, which course to take, which field to take. And even outside, there's so much of hype, which is not true at all. Once you are in the college, it's completely different. It's completely, something else. So, tell me, has it happened where you wanted to do fashion design and now you are looking towards textile design or animation or graphics and all this? And if it is happening, what's the reason behind it? Anushka?
Okay, so at the start, I wanted to do fashion design, but after that, like I switched to product designing. So this happens, like when you are of like in 11, 12, or even you're taking a drop year, you need to explore all the fields. So I did that. I made some products. I did some logos. I did some textile patterns. And finally, I decided that, yeah, I wanted to do textile design from NIFT. And luckily, I got that. So I'm happy with that.
Okay, but Anushka, it's okay, right? It's okay for the kids to change it because as a designer, we definitely should know about everything, right? Rather than just
Yes,
going in
ma'am.
one direction, oh, fashion design, fashion design, fashion design, or graphic design, graphic. There are various other fields that are offered by these colleges that a lot of people don't know. So like you said that
Yeah.
of course I wanted to do fashion design and then I went into product and then I went into textile. That's something which is very natural. Even in college, like when I was in lifestyle and fashion accessory design, like people used to think, oh, I am making jewelries, but I was like, no, I'm making furniture, or I'm doing graphic design, or I'm doing styling. So there's no bar in Nift or NID or any kind of college. It's completely your choice what you want to do. All right. And Bhumika, for you, has it changed over the period of time?
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, for sure.
Uh,
Uh,
First, I was
First, I
very
was very
with
with
fashion design,
fashion
as
design, as
yeah, like all the time,
like
I
all the time.
want to sketch and
Want to
stuff.
sketch and
But
stuff.
then
But
I
then
was like
I was like
very basic
very
kind of
basic
person.
kind of
I want to know more about how like the clothes work. How is it that like things take place before someone starts styling a cloth. So I went into like textile design. I researched more about it, and I think the important part here is that, as you said, ma'am, that like not many people know about everything in that college. So just like they just like think that, oh, fashion design, that's all, that's what it is. But then when they go deeper into it, the college is just not about styling and like show off. It's more about like how it happened, history of art, culture, all those things. So I don't think many people do know about this. Like that's why people um take some like they only focus on FD, and now that like FC is coming up, like digital world, so they are now passionate about that. But AD, TD, textile accessories, knitwear, it's all very equally very important. That's what I feel like.
I am very happy that you both have matured. That is what I'm feeling. I feel like, I'm sitting on the other side and it's like it's me talking. And I am so happy that I have finally, helped or been a part of this journey of both of you because I feel so proud and I am like definitely sure that it's Nift or it's NID or it's any college, or even if you drop out in the college, I know that you will do great in whichever field you go to. Okay, quickly, tell me 5 tips for cracking Nift and NID. 5 tips that you think for cracking Nift and NID. Bhumika?
uh
uh,
I would say, like as I said previously, also it is the motivation. It seems very cliche, and many I don't like my age people don't want to lecture other people, but it is something that motivation, like that one thing what you want. If you really want design, that is, if you really want design, you will have that one college in your mind, one course in your mind. So you will work for that. Of course, course just depends on everything else. Other than that, I think for me and like for people like me, I think staying up late would work. I feel you can do more things when you stay up late. Not that I'm influencing anybody to stay up late, but then it's just like sometimes you will have to do it because it seems like, oh, this is not enough. This much is not enough. Like when the exams is approaching, like I used to be awake till 5, 6. Yeah, sometimes it was like sometimes I used to distract myself, but then other than that, yeah, you have to do it if you are like a nocturnal kind of a person. And I think papers. papers is the key. I think how much ever you practice is not.
Solving previous year papers, yes, definitely.
Sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like very ways about how you are supposed to approach. Me, I, before I came into work, and I was like, I used to be very vague. It used to be like, oh, perspective or like only composition. But when ma'am used to like focus on details about like how the accessory should be inspired from, like maybe suppose like gothic, ma'am knows that I'm very passionate about gothic. Yeah, that like those kind of things, like it has to be inspired from something, like those things. And these details does help when you make a bigger picture, like in the exam, it does help somewhere. Yeah, so you need to know about things from your own country. That's what I feel like. You have to know about handicrafts, handlooms, many other things, what people do in different parts of India, all the things. It will help somehow. Yeah.
Correct. And of course, like, like you said, Gothic and all, these are like different styles and forms that we need to inculcate in our, own design process and our own structure, because otherwise, how one designer will differentiate themselves from other, right? If we'll not move forward with our own style, try to create our own space in design, because design is the only place where we can do anything, right? So I think that's the easiest way to create your own space there. Okay, Anushka, tips from you. Quick tips for your batchmates, kids.
So first is be calm. Even when you are studying, even when you are giving the paper, if you're not calm, you won't be able to crack it. Simple as. Second is try to like by exploring different fields. Next will be stay awake in the sense like what is going in your country, what is going in the world. Keep in mind those things. Study about GK, study about your own country. That's the main thing. And for those who are not good in drawing like me, I'll say practice sketching, practice strokes, everything. So that's it.
But did sketching made you clear the exam?
No, sketching did not make me clear.
That's what, yes, your ideas. Three of us here know, like, sketching is not important. I think apart from Bhumika, me and Anushka are the worst sketchers here available around. If people think we can sketch brilliantly and make portraits and all this, I simply want to tell them, guys, there's our fine arts colleges. No offense to those people, but if you are looking to become a designer, to be in the top design college of India, you need to focus on your design process, you need to focus on your uniqueness, you need to focus on your inspiration and idea generation, and of course how to solve problems of environment of the society around us. Your general knowledge should be top. You should know what's happening around you. You should be so observant that if in your lane, if a building's board is changing, you should know it, like, okay, yes, this changed. That much awareness needs to be there. Otherwise, again, you will end up passing the exam, but you will not end up getting a good center and a good course. And that's what important is these days, because people clear the exam and then they get these ranks which are so behind, and then they ask themselves the question that why. It's because you are just preparing to clear the exam, and everyone will clear the exam, I think, first round, second round, but it's the top scorers or it's the top rankers who will be able to take the seat of what they want. Okay, so let's keep that focus on. And the next after the tips is challenge. One challenge that you think you faced, and you think like if others knew it before, they could have sorted themselves out. It could be anything. Like for me, it was, I didn't knew that it happens before your 12th board. Okay, so I missed 1 year because of that. It was as simple as that, that the, exam happens in January, and I thought like when the 12th will finish, and after that you prepare for your college, and that's when you go. So one thing is this, that I wish I knew before. So what about you, Bhumika?
Mm,
Uh,
I think
I think
in the
in the
part,
part,
it's mainly
it's
dependent
mainly
upon
dependent
how the
upon
person
Can you
check.
repeat, Bhumika? I couldn't hear.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, okay. Can you
Yeah.
repeat?
Yeah, sure, ma'am. I was just saying that in the drawing section, it mainly depends on the person who is like checking your paper. So you are not sure about how the person is going to judge you. But for the GAT, this is what I think I should have like improved more on. I think GAT is very important because it's like one question, 1 mark. So this is something you have to have it in your pocket because you're sure about that answer or you're not sure. It's as simple as that. You will not get the marks if it's wrong. That's all. So I think how much of a marks you can get from the GAT part, it's very important because once you have that, the drawing section you can't worry about it. How much ever you can like think about it, it's not going to happen. So I think that you have to be equally so while the exam is approaching, I think more on like current affairs, like little details that you have to focus on. And I think somewhere there were so many things that PDF was so much for me that I was like, oh, what to do, when to do. I am not a person who reads newspaper, so it was very difficult for me. So yeah, newspaper again, so you have to know your current affairs. That's all. Yeah.
Okay. Anushka, one thing you knew before that could have helped you more.
Yes, for the NID exam, I was thinking like both for Nift and NID, I was most of the time thinking like which color to use and how to make it more beautiful and all that. But to make it clear, this is basically a design exam. Your process is important. And one more thing is right, there's in the question paper there's always this rough space where you do the brainstorming. So try to fill it, try to do it, like try to do the brainstorming in the rough space because I think that the examiners check that also to see that if you're using your own idea or just if you have seen it from somewhere from net and then like implementing it. So that.
Good. And I think I skipped one question in the middle. If you both can tell your peers on, how to convince, because how to convince their parents to, help them in, taking up this course or choosing this career. How would you would have done it, or how would, you would have approached it if you were in that situation? Because I receive a lot of questions of kids where it's like, ma'am, talk to my parents, ma'am, talk to them, can you counsel my parents? And I completely understand that as much awareness kids don't have, from where parents will receive it. So for me it's completely like, I take it as how I did it. I was like too stubborn, or trying to show them, websites, or take them to college tours, and show them, like, or make them meet people who are in the same profession. So these were my things, how I did it. How did you do it? How did you two do it?
Mm.
Bhumika?
Yeah, so for me, I think it was like, I mean, I didn't have to convince my parents. My parents had to convince me. So to do that, this is the right path for me and stuff. But other than that, like I understand, like parents are not very confident about actually the children. I mean, they're like, oh, is it going to happen? Will it happen? So I think first the person who is trying to convince the student has to be confident about themselves that they can do it, and they should take it up as a challenge that okay, if I don't do this, I will do it. That should be the idea. But you can just challenge your parents that okay, this is what I'm going to do. Or I have also heard that like showing slide shows about, or a PDF about what the course is and how it looks like, what are the career options after it, how much you will earn, just for an estimate and just to convince them. Because the idea behind all this is just to convince them that you want to do this. And you need to show your, like, I mean, if like before the exam, it's just about like drawing and your ideation, how you did that process. If there is some question, you make them understand that, oh, this is how I did it and this is how somebody else did it. So like that, you need to know your strength before convincing your parents, because they will be like, yeah, this is not the thing for you, you should not take risk and all those things. So I feel you have to be confident in whatever you're going to speak. Whatever you speak will be convincing them. That's all. That's what I think.
Good. Anushka, you, how would you approach it if you were in this situation?
There are
There are
basically
basically two ways.
The
The
easy
easy
way.
way, where you beg them, do some emotional drama, tell them I cannot study anything else, please, mom, please, dad. Make them watch Three Idiots, maybe. And then there's the hard way where you become stubborn. You say, like, I'll be 18, I can do anything on my own, you cannot stop me, I'll do this, you don't understand me, do that. I don't know what other thing they can do, because some parents are there, na, you try to make them understand, like, design बहुत अच्छा है इसमें, ये है वो, I love this, but they will be like, ना ना बेटा, तुझे वही करना है जो हमने कहा है तुझे. So like then you have to take the hard way, na, be stubborn. But
Yes,
what
I
I think
feel
is,
like
like,
you all
never
can
leave
be
your passion
stubborn and
behind.
get iPads and iPhones and all that thing. We didn't even have WhatsApp in our school. I think WhatsApp came when I was in second year of my college, and you all can be stubborn in all these things. But to try to convince your parents for a design career, I think the best thing is to have that passion and try to show, because or take help of counselors, me, anyone, seniors who are around. I'm sure they will help you through it. And I think it's a really nice career right now, where people are going into digital world, going into graphics, UI UX, website design, and all these things. And fashion designing, styling, journaling. There are so many options these days, and I'm sure they will, see through it. I had to take this up this question because I was being asked this on Instagram and on WhatsApp so many times. Okay. Lastly, we'll end the session soon. The last question is, how do you feel after getting into Nift and NID? How do you feel? Are you happy? Are you satisfied?
I don't
I
think I
don't
can
think I
say that like I
say
can
that like I can
satisfied, because I know that this is just the first step to whatever is coming, like 4 years. Of course, for that moment when I got the seat, I was like really happy. I was like, okay, finally, this is somewhere I land up, and this is like my dream. So I knew that much, but then like for a second thought, I was like, okay, this is not it. This is not the goal. Passing is just one part of it. The more important thing is the 4 years. And I feel like I need to like prepare more, and I'm not enough. What how much ever I have been doing, it's not at all enough. Like you will, I think you can never be like very confident about design as a career, because it never ends. It never ends. You have to improve in all ways. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to going to college, because it's been like one 1 year without college. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Anushka, how do you feel?
I'll say
I'll
I'm
say
very
I'm very
happy.
happy, like
Anushka is like,
extremely happy.
no, how can I be happy? I wanted first rank. I wanted like the what? No, I am not happy.
That is always
That is always there. Like
like,
we
we
are
are
humans,
humans,
we
we
can
can
never
never
be
be
satisfied.
satisfied.
So, but are you happy? Are you
So
happy
yeah,
that
that's
But
there.
finally?
But
I'm
I'm
happy
happy
and
and
like
like
motivated.
motivated.
Okay, okay, good enough. Good enough
Yes,
Yes, I'm
answer.
happy.
Good enough answer. Okay, any questions that you would want to ask me? Any question that I can help you with if you're going into Nift and NID? Anything I can help you with? Anyways, we are always in touch. But any one question you can ask me and I can answer it. Bhumika?
Ma'am, did
Ma'am,
you
did you
like
like
teaching
teaching
us?
us?
I loved teaching both of you. You know why? Because see, I have recently started teaching. Of course, I was teaching from my college time, but I have recently started where I know end to end it's my responsibility, right? But luckily, touch wood, fortunately, all the kids that I have received were 90% already talented and creative. So that's what I'm telling you. Like, you both were so precious to me, and that's like every other child is to me who is, going into this career. Because when I see you, I see myself, and I really see what you feel, and I feel what you feel, and I know what you go through. And I loved teaching both of you. I loved the projects you have done. I loved your portfolio. I loved your NID work, because how much ever people will say, I know it was 100% your effort. Because I also know, like, how much I give and how much I want the other person to, work on. So I know 200, 500,000% it was you and your hard work and your determination completely. I have just pushed you a little bit in the direction of thinking, and then you have taken your own path. So never ever doubt yourself in college or anywhere else. You have a very, very long way to go. You have to change the world, and you have to make it a better place to live in. So you both are amazing, amazing. And if anyone says otherwise, tell them to reach out to me. Okay. Yes. And for all the lovely people here who have been, watching this, and for all the people who will watch it after we upload this, as students, as parents, as anyone who want to join this career, please reach out to us. You can reach out at Art Pop Design Studio. You can reach out to me. As students, if you feel more comfortable, talking to these students, you can definitely reach out to them. I'll put their Instagram handles below. And if there's any suggestion or in any way we can help you achieve that goal, that's why we are here for. That's why even I want these kids to, do it once they go forward. It's like, to share your experience. The more experience you will share, the more, it will grow. And it is time that we, start giving instead of taking, start giving and making it more. So thank you, Bhumika, and thank you, Anushka, for joining me on this talk. It is always lovely talking to both of you. And for others also, thank you so much for connecting here. And bye, guys. Can you both say a bye? And before that, can someone take a
Bye.
screenshot? I'll take a screenshot.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, let's take a screenshot. Okay, we got it. Okay. Bye, guys. Bye.
Okay.
Bye.